Hi, my name is Holly Baker, and I would like to show you a little bit about a product that I found and fell in love with. It's called Denture Fit, and I had gotten a partial during the first COVID shutdown. And so instead of having me go pick up my dentures, they mailed them to me. And so there was no fitting other than me putting them in and them calling me and asking me, is it okay? So what I'm going to show you is how to actually use it and why I like it so much. So this is my partial. It's not very big. It was a lot bigger, but I use a Dremel, and there was back parts on it that came to the back of your mouth and had wires, and it made me gag. So I cut them off with the Dremel tool. I also reshaped some of the area in the mouth where it fits up against my palate. And then I put Denture Fit on it, and it created a perfect seal in my mouth so that no food gets behind it. There's just it doesn't bounce back and forth or rock inside your mouth. And I can wear it all day, and it's comfortable because it's a silicone adhesive. So what they do is they send you out the box, and what's included in the box is, this is the actual silicone. So first you take out this little tiny bottle, and you very quickly use one of the swabs that they send with it. Open it up, dip your swab in, and clean your plate with that swab. Basically, that's going to activate your adhesive, I believe. So once you've got that done, put the cover back on really fast. Cut off the tip of the silicone. And then what you want to do is, for me, I wanted the whole thing so that it was soft against the palate of my mouth. And then I wanted a raised ridge around the inside and the outside where the teeth are so that food couldn't get under it. So the first time I did it, I've used it twice. The first time I did it, I did according to instruction. I cut the tip off, squirted some out, and basically just kind of smeared it all around on there, put it in my mouth, and then held my thumb up on it like it says to do in the instructions, so that it would get a good fit. Well, I found out I was holding it too hard. Most of it squeezed out, which you have to then cut off later. And it didn't make a suctioning fit. So then I ended up doing it again. I actually ended up trimming my denture down a little bit again, the partial. And so then when I did it the second time, because they do send 2 tubes with, and so then the second time what I did is I basically just made a ridge around the outside of the entire thing, quite a tall one. And I actually used my finger and got some of the adhesive and wiped it off on the very edges, on the back edge where it would seal against my palate. And I put it in, and I put a tiny little bit of pressure against it, just enough to make it stick to my palate, but not enough to make it ooze out. And I got a perfect fit. I can eat corn on the cob. I can bite into sandwiches. My partial doesn't move. I have adjusted the wires on the partial myself because they've a tendency to go up onto my gums otherwise, so I bent them down with the pliers very carefully. And I have gone in a couple times, and my teeth didn't fit quite the way I wanted them to. It wasn't the same size as the tooth on the other side, so I dremeled it down a little bit. And then luckily I did find out that if you take a small nail, after you use this, you're probably not going to use all of one tube. So I took a tiny nail and I put in the end of it after I was done using it, just like I've done with caulking before. And it did keep it. But now then you put it all back in the box and you put it in your refrigerator. And that way it stays fresh. And I've had mine for, I would say about 4 months now. And I think I've used it 3 times because I have a tendency to keep readjusting my plate to make it a perfect fit. But I am so happy with this stuff and so in love. And it has changed. I don't think I would be wearing my partial today if it weren't for Denture Fit, because I couldn't get into the dentist. I still can't get into the dentist. We're on second shutdown. They had no way to adjust it for me. It would have been an emergency. They probably would let me in, but then they would have sent it back in to reline it probably. So this product, I mean, it's a life changer for a lot of people. I guarantee it. And I'm sure it would help you too. So take my advice and get some Denture Fit if you have any issues at all. And don't be afraid to use it because it is an awesome, awesome product. Thanks for your time. Bye.